Recording in progress.
Hello! Mabuhay! This is Teacher Lourdes, and this is your course, Methods of Research. Our lesson 9 is Theoretical and Conceptual Framework. Our objectives are explain the purposes of frameworks, and for your student activity, you will design appropriate paradigms or theoretical and conceptual framework that suit the student's research problems. And you will choose the correct variables to be used in your studies. Let's play jumbled letters. You can pause this video and write your answers in the comment section. Did you get all three correct answers? Framework, theory, and concept. Now let's have the lesson proper. So now let's discuss theoretical and conceptual framework. This topic is also discussed in lesson 6, the research process. So what is theoretical framework and conceptual framework? A theoretical framework is a structured set of concepts, definitions, and propositions drawn from established theories. It explains or predicts phenomena and establishes relationships among variables, grounding your research in existing knowledge. And the conceptual framework is a diagrammatic or narrative mapping of the researcher's assumptions about the relations among key variables. It visually represents what you expect to study, guiding data collection and analysis. So now let's compare theoretical framework and conceptual framework, as we already discussed this in lesson 6 in the research process. So, the origin of the theoretical framework is established theory, while the origin of the conceptual framework is derived from your theory and your research context or your research problems. And the abstraction, theoretical framework has high-level propositions, while the conceptual framework explains explicit variable relationships. The purpose of theoretical framework is to provide theoretical grounding. That's why you will give your study three or more theories that supports your studies questions or objectives. And the conceptual framework purpose is to guide the design, the methods, and the interpretation of your data. So, what are the purposes of a framework? So, the frameworks serve multiple essential roles in research. First, the framework clarify and organize ideas. They structure complex phenomena and bring coherence to your study. So, your framework is will serve as your guide as you clarify and organize your ideas. Okay? And then guide research design. Your framework will help specify independent, dependent, mediating, and moderating variables. Third, your frameworks will bridge theory and practice. It ensures interventions and measurements that stem from theoretical constructs, and it situate your findings. It position your results within accumulative scholarly discussions. And last, it aids your communication. It offers a clear model to articulate assumptions and interpretations to peers. So, theoretical and conceptual framework are very important in your study. But sometimes when you have study that has uh, the format of a paper does not include framework such as the study that the format is IMRAD, which means introduction, methods, research results, and discussions. That's the IMRAD does not include the framework. It only includes the introduction, the methods, the results, and the discussions. But in your college, course of methods of research, you will include the theoretical and conceptual framework. But in the courses of BSIT and BindTech, you will not include the theoretical framework. You will only include the conceptual framework because in the BindTech course or the BSIT course, you will not include the theoretical framework. Okay? So you will only include the conceptual framework. So, what are the types of theories? By level of abstraction, the grand theories are highly abstract, broad in scope, for example, Roy adaptation model. And then the middle range theories are more focused, moderately abstract, and testable. For example, Kolkaba's comfort theory and Michel's uncertainty in illness theory. So as you search for theories in your that is applicable to your specific research, you can find several theories that are applicable to your study. Later, I will give you an example of the theories given to me by ChatGPT by the sample study, which we already used in our past lessons, the sample study about the design, development, and evaluation of uh, charging device for mobile phones or mobile gadgets. And practice level situation specific theories narrowly focus on particular populations or clinical scenarios. So another type of theory is by goal orientation. So descriptive theories document phenomena and their attributes, and explanatory theories illuminate relationships and causal paths. And the predictive and prescriptive theories forecast outcomes and guide interventions. So what are the non-nursing or borrowed theories? Researchers often use interdisciplinary frameworks to enrich nursing studies. Examples of systems theory are Dunabedian's structure process outcome, Maslow's hierarchy of needs and health belief model, social cognitive theory, and theory of planned behavior. They supply tested constructs and constructs measurement and hypothesis formation. You can search online for other non-nursing or borrowed theories. So paradigms. What is a paradigm? A paradigm is a philosophical worldview that shapes your approach to reality, knowledge, and methods. Common paradigms include positivism, which assumes objective reality, typically using quantitative methods. Interpretivism, and it sees reality as constructed, ideal for qualitative studies. And critical theory, which questions power structures and ideologies. Paradigms influence choice of framework and methodological strategy. So I asked Google, is paradigm the same as framework? Google AI said no, paradigm and framework are related, but they are not the same. A paradigm is a broad, overarching framework that shapes how we view the world and approach problems, while a framework is a more specific structure or set of guidelines used within a particular context, like a research study or software development. Think of a paradigm as the lens through which you see the world, and a framework as a tool you use to build something within that view. So here's a more detailed breakdown. A paradigm is fundamental model or pattern of thought that influences how we understand, interpret reality. So it has a broad philosophical or theoretical framework that shapes our worldview, including assumptions, values, and beliefs. Okay? So paradigm is different from framework because paradigm is broad, while framework is uh, specific values and theories in that is applicable to your specific study. So so what are the variables in frameworks? Concepts are operationalized to measurable variables, forming the backbone of empirical studies. So the independent variables, they are the predictors or the process, and the dependent variables are the outcomes. Okay? And mediators explain the how, and the moderators affect the strength or direction of relationship. Later, I will give you the example of variable in our sample study. Frameworks clearly map these variables link, supporting robust design. So, what are the practical examples of these studies? Roy adaptation model, person adaptive system, environment, health, nursing intervention. So these are other examples. Kolbaka's comfort theory, the Nabegian model, and conceptual frameworks such as stimulus response or teaching method. So let's have the summary. Theoretical frameworks ground your study in established knowledge, typically abstract and general, and conceptual frameworks operationalize theory into specific variables and hypothesize links. Frameworks organize concepts, guide design, ensure theoretical validity, and enable hypothesis testing. Theories vary by scope, grand to micro, and by purpose, descriptive to prescriptive. Borrowed theories enrich nursing with interdisciplinary rigor. Paradigms underlie your ontological and epistemological stance, and clear operationalization of variables allows meaningful, measurable research. So, these are the references for the discussion, and here is an example of theoretical and conceptual framework with our study that we have already used in our past lessons. The design, development, and evaluation of a portable charging device for mobile phones. So, uh, the theoretical framework for this study are Theory of Technological Innovation by Rogers in 2003, particularly the diffusion of innovations theory, which explains how, why, and at what rate new technologies spread through cultures. This theory helps to understand potential user acceptance of a newly developed portable charging device and provides a lens for evaluating its likely success in terms of adoption and usability. And another theory for this study is energy conversion theory, which underpins how energy is transformed from one form to another. Okay? This theory justifies the technical aspects of how the charging device functions. So that's our theoretical framework for the study, design, development, and evaluation of a portable charging device for mobile phones. If you are creating your theoretical and conceptual framework, which is your student activity, you can search Google or ChatGPT, and you just encode your chosen title. Okay, for example, this is my prompt. Create an example of this discussion using the study design, development, and evaluation of portable charging device for mobile phones. Because I already asked ChatGPT to discuss the topics. Okay, so this is what ChatGPT gave me, and it is very good. So the conceptual framework for our sample study, it is guided by input, process, and output. So the design requirements, energy sources, and material selection are the input, and the process is the device design, prototyping, and circuit integration, and the output is the portable charger performance and user satisfaction. So the visual representation is later will be shown in this video. So what is the purpose of the framework in the study? To guide the development, to link design parameters, to ensure usability, and to evaluate the charger. So in your study, in your student activity, you will not include this. Okay, and the types of theories applied: descriptive, explanatory, prescriptive, and predictive. So you will also not include this in your output. The non-nursing theories, okay, these are the theories: diffusion of innovations theory, energy conversion theory, and technology acceptance model. So you will also not include this in your output. So what is the paradigm? The paradigm aligns with pragmatic paradigm, which values practical outcomes, multiple methods, and real-world applications, since it includes both quantitative and qualitative feedback, the user satisfaction. And the variables, okay, the variables, you will include this in your output. The variables, the independent variables are type of energy source, for example, solar, kinetic, and a hybrid, charger design, specifications, charging environment, the dependent variables, charging time, energy efficiency, device usability, and portability. So the independent variables, these are the variables that you use in your study, which you control. And the dependent variables are the output of what you have controlled in the independent variables. So the dependent are the output. Okay? And the moderating variables, weather conditions, and type of mobile device use. And the mediating variables, the circuit efficiency and the energy storage capability. So for your summary, the frameworks help integrate technological theory with practical design and user-oriented evaluation. The theoretical framework, energy convention, and innovation diffusion grounds the device logic and potential for adoption. The conceptual framework maps out the process from design to outcome. A pragmatic paradigm supports mixed method approaches to gather both technical data and user perspectives. Okay, so you will not include the summary in your output. So these are the references for this discussion. Thank you so much. And we will have the paradigm. So this is the theoretical framework for the study. Okay, inisa-isa siya ni ChatGPT. Okay, the theory of technological evaluation, energy convention theory, technology acceptance model, and ecological systems theory. So these are the theories for the study. And then this is the summary of core constructs. You can pause the video. And these are the references. So this is the conceptual framework for the study. So input, process, output, and feedback. So we already discussed this, the design, the power source, and the materials. You can pause the video for reading it. Okay. And this is the process components, design and prototyping, circuit integration, function testing. So these are the output components. Okay, you can post the video if you want to read it. So let's now see the research variables. The independent variables are the type of energy source, charger design, and environment. And the dependent are the charging efficiency, charging time, and user satisfaction. And the moderating variables are type of mobile phone, and mediating variables, circuit efficiency, and energy storage mechanism. Okay, so this is the purpose of the conceptual framework. You can pause the video to read. Okay, and the references. So I will now show you the, first, let's see the theoretical framework for the study. So for our sample study, design, development, and evaluation of portable charging device for mobile phones. So this is the theoretical framework. As you can see in this framework, you can see the technology acceptance model, the diffusion of innovations theory, the systems theory, and human-centered design theory. Okay. So this may be different from the discussion above, but still there is the definition of innovations and the technology acceptance model. So this is a sample, okay? So you can ask ChatGPT to create the image for you, and you can revise your prompt. Okay, you can put your prompt as create a diagram for the theoretical framework based from the discussion of the theoretical framework of this study. That's only an example, okay? And let's see the conceptual framework. So when you have the conceptual framework, usually there is input, process, and output. So for the input, this is the design requirements, the power source option, and the materials and components. And the process, design and prototyping, its circuit integration, and then the output, functional portable charger prototype, performance data. So there's a charging time, efficiency, output stability, and user feedback. And there is the feedback. So that's how you create your uh, conceptual framework. So I hope you understand our lesson, and you can also go back to our lesson 6 in my YouTube channel, Teacher Lourdes, which is titled the research process. I also discussed the conceptual and theoretical framework there. So thank you for listening. For our student activity, okay, for our student activity, with your group in the past activity, which you are composed of 6, 7, or 8 members. Be collaborative with each other. Collaborate for your activity. As I have said before, you will design the appropriate paradigm and theoretical and conceptual framework that suit your research problems, and you will choose the correct variables to be used in your studies. And your group will submit this output to our Google Classroom in 3 days. Be sure that you submit because our Google Classroom will close in 3 days. Okay? So I hope you submit your output as soon as possible. Thank you for listening. This is Teacher Lourdes saying, mabuhay.